Chicagoland, and we're going to show you how to make a Middle Eastern favorite. My name's Hanania, and I'm here with my assistant chef, Hanania. How you doing, Aaron?
Good.
All right, this is kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You like stuffed grape leaves? Stuffed squash?
No.
No. What do you like?
Cinnamon
Oatmeal?
Rolls. Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Okay, there you go. Well, assuming that you like stuffed grape leaves, right? Because we're talking to the camera. I'm going to show you first the ingredients we use, and then I'm going to show you how to prepare the stuffing, and then I'll show you how to get the grape leaves and the stuffed squash stuffed and everything, and I'll show you all the ingredients, and then we'll show you how to cook it, and when we're done, Aaron will show you the completed plate of stuffed grape leaves and stuffed squash. I think you're going to like it. Obviously, the first thing you're going to need is some lamb. So what I have is 5 pounds of lamb that I bought at, I think, Jewel or Dominic's. And this is about $25. So it's kind of, lamb is expensive, but what we're going to do with this is about half of this is going to get diced up, and half of it is going to be cut into chunks, and we're going to put it in the cooking pot. Actually, we got 6 zucchinis that we're going to do right here. Right there. Okay. Real nice and fresh. 6 of them are good.
Yeah, it has a gun in it.
I know. It does. My son's very observant. He's probably going to be a reporter someday, but I hope he's a doctor or a lawyer. So we got the zucchini, and we also have stuffed grape leaves. Now, in the wintertime, obviously, I like to buy them in the can. These are about 90 grape leaves in every one of these jars. You can get a larger jar, so we got 180 grape leaves that we're going to actually roll and stuff. We also need olive oil, right?
Yeah.
We need rice.
A big pot.
We need a big pot, right? We need a big pot. We'll show you that in a second. We need, you can do fresh tomatoes, or you can do diced tomatoes. Either way, it doesn't matter. I like the diced tomatoes, and I spice them up myself. We also have different spices that we're going to use. We have cumin, which is it really adds flavor to the meat, C-U-M-I-N.
Lemon pepper. We
got lemon pepper we're going to add. We're going to sprinkle it to the way you prefer it. We have celery salt. We're going to use that. We have parsley. Now, if you can get fresh parsley, you can use that. Or you can use this dried parsley, which tastes just the same, believe me.
Oregano leaves.
Oregano. Yeah, we got oregano. We actually have oregano. We're going to do that too. And let's see. And also, you're going to need a couple things. Obviously, you're going to need a sharp knife to cut the meat. And this is a center cutter for the zucchini. What I'm going to do, and I'll show you this, we're going to cut the end of the zucchini, and we're going to use this little gutter. It's like a circular little spoon that goes straight in there, and it just goes right in the center, and you turn it around. I'll show you how to do that, and you'll take it out, and we're going to save everything. We're not going to waste anything.
And we need a can opener. We'll
need a can opener for the diced tomatoes. So make sure you have it. The recipe will be on my website at radiochicagoland.com or tvchicagoland.com, and it'll be linked to this video, so you can go back there and you can read the recipe and the instructions. But I think seeing is the easiest way to learn. First, we're going to take our rice, and what we're going to do right now is make the mix that's going to go inside the stuffed zucchini and the stuffed grape leaves. So usually some people use about maybe a cup and a half for 180 grape leaves and about 6 zucchini. But I really know exactly how much to do it, so I'm just going to get that in there. Even if I have extra meat, we'll use it. So we'll pour that in the bowl just like that. Okay, this is going to be a mixing bowl that we're going to use, and we're going to mix everything inside here just like that. We are going to dice up the lamb, and we're going to cut it into little chunks. Obviously, you need a sharp knife, and we got the 5 pounds of lamb, and we're going to cut it into several sections. This is a lamb leg. You can see the bone right inside there, so we're going to cut around the bone and take off a big chunk of the meat. So let's do that first. Now, I like to leave the fat on it. Some people like to take the fat off. I think the fat adds flavor. Open it. Now we're going to put this in the pot. No, leave the pot there. Open it. Put it in. Go get some lemon juice out of the ice box. We're going to use a little lemon juice to keep the lamb fresh while we're getting it all ready. We're going to take a little lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, or lemon juice from the bottle, and we're going to pour that on the lamb. Right in the pot where we're going to mix it. Now that big chunk of lamb, I'll cut that down later. You can put that away. Thank you. And right now we're going to dice the lamb. Begin by cutting it into sections. These are about 1/3 of an inch, 1/2 inch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dice it, obviously. We're going to cut it. Show that there. How's that? We'll cut them into long little strips like that. Just like that. See that? And then we're going to cut them into little chunks like this.
How come?
Okay? And we're going to put all those little chunks into the rice mix. Just like that. Now I'm going to dice this. Actually, this is probably about half the lamb, so it's about 2.5 pounds of meat. Okay, basically what we've done is we've diced up the lamb meat. It took about maybe 10 minutes to do. What we did was we put it on top of the rice, and we're going to take all the rest. And obviously, you know, when you're cooking, you always wash your hands. Okay? So hot there. We're going to put the lamb chunks in there. Remember, we put lemon juice in there, and we're going to cover that up. Go ahead, put it back, and cover the pot up. Does smell good, doesn't it? Put the lid on it. All right. Now we are going to mix and prepare the stuffing. Now people use about maybe a 1/4 cup to maybe 1/6 of a cup, but I'll just pour that inside there like that. Okay, it's good. Go ahead and cover that up. I'm going to open up a can of tomato juice. I'll show you. I leave the lid in it. Okay, I didn't take it out. Now I push the lid in, and I take out all the juice from the canned tomato to get it in there. It adds flavor. I'm going to take the remaining diced tomatoes and put that in the pot on top. Go ahead and empty it right inside there.
Wait, can I put this here?
Okay, so I mixed the lamb. I put some tomato juice. I got the rice inside there. We're going to spice that up in a minute. Give it to me. Good job.
It's warm.
And I put water inside the can because I don't like to waste anything. And we'll mess it around like that. Wiggle it. Get it all in there. And we're going to pour that in there. Okay? What we're going to do is some people like to stuff it raw into the zucchini and the grape leaves. I like to pre-cook it. And we'll pre-cook it for about maybe 10 minutes on a low heat. After we spice it, most of that water will be gone. So we'll take a spoon and we're going to mix it up a little bit. All right, get one of the spices, Aaron. One at a time. Pick whichever one you want.
Okay.
Which one is that?
This. Parsley.
Okay, get parsley.
So wait, there.
Don't put it in. You just get it. Set it aside. There you go. Got my assistant, Aaron. Aaron, what grade are you in, by the way?
Second.
Second grade. And what do you like to do?
In school?
Yeah. What do you like?
Art.
You like art?
Yeah.
Don't you like being a doctor?
There is no doctor.
Not yet? Not in second grade?
No.
What kind of American grade school system is that? I don't know. All right, open up the other end.
Okay.
And there we go. Now I'm going to pour this in liberally.
Holy shit.
Okay, that is the parsley. Put the parsley back. Just put it in there. Now you're going to spice this to the way you like it. So I'm going to mix that in. Okay, we're going to put a little oregano inside there. There you go.
Lemon pepper.
There we go.
Here.
Lemon pepper. I like lemon pepper. We're going to put a little bit of that, about 7 shakes. Cover it up. Give me the next one. Cumin.
Ooh, cool.
Cumin will actually give it a very nice spiced meat. Now I would say you're probably looking at a teaspoon that you're going to actually put inside there for the 3 pounds of meat.
Celery salt.
And a little celery salt. It's a better salt. I prefer it. It's a nicer tasting salt. So we'll sprinkle it around, and you'll do like 1/4 of a teaspoon with that. And now we're going to just mix it before we start putting it on the plate. Fill up this with about 1/2 a can of water too, would you please?
Sure.
Now that tomato can we used, we're going to fill it up with about a half a can of water now. Okay, get it all mixed up, everything together. Don't put any lemon juice in the rice. That ruins the rice. So we're not putting lemon juice in the rice, but it does have flavor in the pot. Okay, now, yeah, don't pour it all in. Now pour the water inside there. Pour
all of it?
Not all, but close.
Okay.
There, that's good. So it just barely covers it, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to heat this. Most of this water is going to go out. And we'll cook the meat. All the flavor in there. Not everybody does this, but I prefer to pre-cook it slightly. So it's about half cooked before I actually use it for the stuffing. What we're going to do now is I'm going to dice and clean out the zucchinis and get them ready. So we got a couple of these. So the first thing that you do, obviously, is you cut the end off. Now I don't throw any of these away. I dice these up, the ends, and I put them inside the broth. We save them. I don't want to throw anything. There's no reason to throw any of this away. Let's put it all inside. Just leave it right there. There we go. Put that inside there. What I'm going to do now is start slow cooking the lamb that's in the pot. Grape leaves and the squash are going to go right on top of the broth and the lamb. You're looking at the pot, and I'm going to start cooking this very slowly on a very low heat while we get everything ready. This is going to be cooking now while we stuff the squash and the grape leaves. So we'll put that on the stove. I hope you're enjoying this episode of TV Chicagoland. TV Chicagoland is broadcast every Friday night on Comcast Cable, Channel 19, either at 7 p.m. or 8:30 p.m., depending on the suburban community where you live. TV Chicagoland is broadcast in 145 suburban communities. You can also visit TV Chicagoland online at the website at www.tvchicagoland.com, and you can watch this program and many other archived programs, documentaries, and shows that I produce, some that have been broadcast on cable and some that are original for the internet. TV Chicagoland is part of my communications network that also includes Radio Chicagoland at www.radiochicagoland.com. Radio Chicagoland is the host of my radio show, Mornings with Ray Hanania, which is broadcast on WJJG 1530 AM on the radio dial. If you can't catch it on the radio, you can watch it and hear it live on the internet by visiting radiochicagoland.com. If you have an iPod, you can download the podcast to your iPod using iTunes. There are many features, and I hope you'll visit radiochicagoland.com and also subscribe to the newsletter to keep up with my radio show and my TV show, and also my print media column, which appears in the Southwest News Herald, the Huffington Post, and newspapers around the country and around the world. Please take a moment and visit radiochicagoland.com or tvchicagoland.com. They're both integrated, and you can find all the information you need. Now, let's go back. Do the inside of the zucchini or the squash, and I don't like to waste anything, so I'm going to put all of the insides of the zucchini in a little container, and we're going to put that in the pot with the lamb and the cuttings and the tomato and the spices. And this is about maybe 7 inches long, and what you do is you put it right in the center, and you do it one at a time. It goes all the way in, just like that. Now you got to be careful, you don't want to pop out the stuff. We'll put the pot here. Alright. And you dig it again. You just keep doing it. Eventually that inside will come out. See? Just like that.
Cool.
There we go. We're going to do this very slowly. It's not a sharp edge, but it's strong enough so that it's going to trim, because what you want to do is grind it all out. And you measure it out. How far will it go? You put your thumb there. So it'll go just that far, so you know exactly how far to go. And you just keep doing it. You push it in. You keep turning. You try not to cut the skin on the outside. It's okay. Eventually you'll get a nice little tube. And you can use the end to kind of scrape. scrape against your palm to give it support. Now this is the art of cooking. This is the hardest part because a lot of people I know, you guys are going to get yourselves extra zucchinis because when you do this, you're going to be breaking the zucchinis like crazy. And don't throw them away. Dice them up, put them in the pot. You can have a nice zucchini brew. Okay, we're going to do the rest of the zucchinis exactly the same. I'm going to set them aside over here. Look at that. Opening is really nice. See how I didn't crack the end of it over here? It's still preserved. It helps. Same thing with this one over here. All right. Now we're going to take all the insides of the zucchini. All right, and I'm going to put it in the pot on top of the lamb and the mix that is slowly cooking on the stove. While we were preparing everything, meanwhile I've been simmering the mix of lamb and rice. It's all spiced and everything. And that'll cook for about maybe 2 more minutes. You don't want it pink. You want a little, very, very light brown, a little bit of tinge of pink on it. Now we're going to start stuffing. Let's start with the zucchini. The zucchini is going to actually form the base in the pot on top of the lamb. So let's do a stuffing of the zucchini right now. So you can let it sit for a few minutes. You don't want to burn your hand. Stir it up. Make sure it's nice and stirred. Put it right in there. I'll take the zucchini and I'll just start putting a little rice. Now boy, I know you're thinking, wow, that takes a lot of time. Yes, it does. Alright, you can see that we've covered it just in there. This thing is filled. And you'll do each one, all of the zucchinis, you're going to fill them the same way, and you put them one at a time in the pot. You can put them in right after you fill them up. I just want to show you the cooking pot. That's it right there. It's simmering. I got them laid out all on the side. It's going to be a little uneven inside there. Okay, it's going to be a little uneven. There's juice. It's just covering the lamb. I got it simmering with a very low flame. What I am going to do is slice a tomato in kind of thick slices. Yeah, I want these to be thick slices because these are going to be used to fill up the spots where the, between the zucchini. And the reason I do that is because I want to try and keep the stuffed grape leaves level. Alright, now what I did was I put the thickly sliced tomatoes as kind of a blanket over the spaces between the zucchini, so it creates as close as possible a smooth top because these grape leaves are going to go right on top. Alright, now we're going to do the grape leaves. Get them ready. We're going to need a colander because we're going to put all the grape leaves in a colander. And we'll put a little plate underneath it because these grape leaves come in a jar of juice that keeps them fresh. We're going to open it out, empty the juice, and the tricky part though is getting the grape leaves out of here without breaking them. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it, empty it, and we're going to squeeze the end and pull it out because you can see the end is a little bit more narrower than the body, so it's a little tricky. You'll learn how to do it. I'm going to tell you to get 3 of these, okay? 1 to practice on in case you mess up the leaves, all right? But we're going to use 2, and there are about 90 leaves in each jar. As you can see that you got to get these out. You got to carefully lift the ends up. What it is they're like in 3 bunches. You got to get your fingers in there and always wash your hands. And you got to push them together because you're going to have to pull these out, and they will come out. You can push down on the side like that. Pull it down, see, get the juice out. You can start pulling a little bit, see? See how it comes out? And we'll do that over the sink where it's not, you just wiggle it around, push, pull, push in, pull, it'll come out, see? There you go. I know you're not going to believe how, this looks easy now maybe, but I'll tell you what. Alright, now we're going to do this over the sink. Again, the key with the leaf is that you want to put the shiny side down and the rough side up. And you can take a little spoon like this if you want. Put it right in there. Don't make them too thick, okay? Goes just like that. I don't know if you can see that without a reflection. Yeah, there it is. See, it's right in there, okay? That's how it goes. Where the stem would be right over here. You got the shiny side is down You got the rough, dull side up. You put a little bit, you know, and you play this by ear. You're gonna learn a little bit of meat and rice from your mixing bowl, and and don't worry about little pieces at all. And you take the back flaps around the stem and you pull them over. You're basically gonna make a cigar, little blanket. You pull the right side over, you pull the left side. That would be your left and then right on camera. Okay, you see how you do that? Pull it over. It's very easy. Pull the back over. Okay, that's step one. Tell you what, once you're done with this, it's going to be ready. Then you take that side over and you make a nice straight line right there. Look at that. See that? Got it? Get rid of the reflection there. Do that same to the other side, right up to where the meat is. Okay, now you don't have to do it this slow. You're going to be going pretty fast when you're doing it. Now you got to kind of wrap, and now you're going to roll. There, see that? Now we're going to roll it, and you roll from the meat side, and you roll it slowly. You hold the two wings in. You roll it, you roll it, you roll it, you roll it, you roll it. It'll be just like that. Little cigar. And you're going to do all of them. 180. And I'll tell you what, it's probably going to take you about 30 minutes to finish. Okay, grab the back, shiny side down, rough side up, stem toward you, end of the leaf pointing out, pull the flaps from the back, roll it over on the right side, roll it over on the left side, the leaf, until you get this straight on each side, and now roll the cigar. There it is, just like that. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay. Easy to do. The hardest part is just separating the leaves sometimes. You gotta be careful, you don't want to rip them. If you rip them though, it's okay. As you pull them apart, you can set them aside. Just separate them, right? There we go. Just like that. Now if the stem is too long, like this stem is not long at all. That stem, it's very tight. If you get a longer stem, just cut it. Cut the stem. Stem goes up, remember? Put a little bit of scoop of rice right in there. Make it long like a log roll. Just like that. Roll this over. The reason nobody taught me how to do this, you know, through some cooking class or anything. I actually learned how to do this watching my mother cook every Sunday. We didn't have grape leaves all the time because there are many other meals that you can make, and I'll put more of those up to show you how to do those. But this one is one of my favorites. Stuffed grape leaves, stuffed zucchini. You just roll that. Doesn't matter, even if the leaf is a little tore, ripped, whatever. Get the veins up, the darker side up, the shiny side down. There, just long enough. About 50% of the leaf from left to right. Fold over the 25%, the other 25%. Roll it straight down the middle to the end. Just keep doing that. Hi, Aaron. I know this is kind of boring. You were taking a break there on your Wii system, right?
Yeah.
Now, how come you don't? Of course, these are not foods that you like. You like, let's see, hot dogs.
Yeah, that does.
You like chicken tenders, right?
Yeah, cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls, I know. We know that. Cinnamon rolls are your favorite. Cinnamon rolls are really good. And see how you make these? Look at it. You lay it out. How does it look? You're the executive producer, Aaron. Aaron is the executive producer of this production of TV Chicagoland. You're watching TV Chicagoland. Our website is tvchicagoland.com.
I think
it'll be up on the screen. People will see it.
Ready? It's on tape right now. Oh.
Yep, we are taping, Mr. Executive Producer. A little larger leaf, put a little bit more.
Oh, are these real leaves?
Yes, they are. Now, you know, the interesting thing, Aaron, when I was a kid, my mom used to drive us around. You know, you couldn't buy stuffed grape leaves in a jar preserved like that. You had to get them fresh. And my mom used to drive us around. She'd have big plastic bags in the trunk. And when we drove around and she especially around the forest preserves. You know, you see these grapevines with these leaves hanging out there? And of course, those are huge, like this one. This one reminds me of one that my mom would have gotten. Look at that, how big that is. Batman leaves, we used to call them. I know. There we go. And my mom used to drive me around, and whenever she'd see grapevines, especially in the forest preserve, never off of somebody's house. Some homes had grapevines around their house. There's a nice one like that. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Put that there. And we had to sit there on the side of the road, some little forest preserve, and pick the leaves off one at a time, snapping them at the stem and piling them one neatly on top of each other. You didn't bunch them up. And we put these bags in the freezer, in the what I used to call the ice box, right? What do you call it?
The freezer.
The freezer and the refrigerator. So you put it in the ice, the freezer part of the refrigerator, what I used to call the ice box. And you know, you'd pack them, you'd wrap them in a plastic bag. You know, you get most of the air out. You don't break them. You just lay them nice packs like dollar bills. That's what they're valuable. They're much like dollar bills, each one of these, because we loved them. And we would take them out one bag at a time. And my mom would unfreeze them, clean them, and make sure that all the stems were off, and wrap them up. So, and that's what we used to do. So we used to get lots of them. Now we're going to put these in one at a time. We're going to place the large ones, because there's some of these are really large and some are small. So you're going to place these on top of the tomatoes, on top of the zucchini. You want to hand put them in there. You don't want to just throw them in. You don't want to do that. You don't want them falling down the side. You put them pointed toward the center, so that way they don't slip down the side. You know, don't just put them in like this so they go straight down. Put them in so that they're kind of like a wheel, the spokes of a wheel. Now we're going to cover this up, put it back on the stove, and we're going to cook it slow for 45 minutes. We're going to make sure there's enough water that covers the lamb, but not the grape leaves. We just want to add some more water that steamed out while we were making it and cooking the lamb earlier. And we got the zucchini underneath the grape leaves and the grape leaves on top. Alright, we got our zucchini, our stuffed zucchini, and our stuffed grape leaves. You going to try one for me?
No.
No? Alright, we cooked it for about 45 minutes, slow. The lamb is still cooking a little bit because I actually should have started that a little bit sooner. And then we're going to be done and we're going to enjoy the meal. Now, if you want more information on this, go to radiochicagoland.com or tvchicagoland.com and you can get the recipe. But I hope you learned a little bit about wrapping grape leaves, wrapping and rolling. In Arabic we call it lift warak. So, sahtain. In Arabic we say